Our motivator today is Dr. Ignatius Augustine.
Good morning. Today I'm going to share about staying motivated. How do you stay motivated? But what is motivation? I believe motivation is drawing out the best of what somebody already is. You think about it, there are times you didn't feel like doing something, but it was your motivation that made you do some things that you thought was impossible. Okay? So how do you stay motivated? There are times that we have attended seminars, sometimes companies, if you're working, they will send you to some seminars, and over the weekend, you are excited, you are fired up, you can change the world. But come Monday morning, you go through the famous jam, what happens? You're not motivated anymore. Sometimes people ask me, what was the point? Is motivation permanent? I ask them, is eating permanent? Is sleeping permanent? Is bathing permanent? Neither of this is permanent. You have to eat constantly to provide nourishment for your body, for you to live long. So the same way, bathing, you have to constantly bathe. If not, a lot of people are going to avoid you. So motivation is the same, friends. It is something that is very refreshing, like taking a shower. You know what? But it is not permanent. And when you understand that, you will understand why we have to constantly feed ourselves, or to be exact, feed our mind motivational information that will keep us motivated. So motivation is a conscious decision. That means we constantly read books, attend seminars, or listen to motivational audio materials. And that's what I do on a constant basis. I give you a real story, which was my personal story. In school, in primary school, between standard 1 and standard 6, I was in the first class, but of the 40 students, I was the bottom of the top students. So I was between 30 to 35. There was times I was number 36 out of 40 students. I know I could do better, but I was there. I accepted my position between 30 to 36. If there were times I came out number 28, our class of 40, my parents would be rejoicing. Then during the school holidays, when I was in standard 6, it was a 6 weeks break, and I read this particular book, which was presented to my elder brother. And it's a famous book by Dr. Norman Vincent Peale called The Power of Positive Thinking. And when I read the book, it changed who I was as a person. Because there was just one particular phrase in that book that helped me. It was about a student in that book that Dr. Peale was sharing who was struggling in school, wasn't good in studies. And Dr. Peale just gives him a little affirmation for him to say before he reads his book that whatever he reads, he will commit to memory and he'll be able to recall without problem. So I put myself in the shoes of the boy, and when classes opened, I was going to Form 1, January 4th or 5th, And I tell you, something changed. When I started reading the books, and I put the affirmation that Dr. Peale put, and I just told myself that whatever I read, I was going to remember. And from then, things changed. I was the top student straight on. Form 1, Form 2, Form 3, all the way up to Form 6. And I was a top student in STPM, in the whole state. I went to medical school in University of Malaya. What changed? I didn't read more books. I didn't go to more tuition. I changed the way I looked at the world because suddenly my motivation changed. What was already in me was being drawn out. And when I started working, I forgot about all this. And I stopped reading motivation books. There was a time I was thinking, what's going on? But I was glad. At the age of 29, I started reading these books again. I started putting positive materials into my head. And I tell you, things changed then. Today, I'm financially independent. I retired at the age of 31. And I believe, friends, anyone out there, if you have a dream, there are places that you want to go, things that you want to do, things that you want to achieve, you can. Having knowledge by itself wouldn't get you anywhere. But knowledge plus motivation, that's inspiration. A lot of us force our children, go to these classes, go to that classes, and do all kinds of things. You know what? They're just getting knowledge, but they don't have the motivation. So you know what? They're not inspired. So friends, whatever you do, your knowledge that you are gaining has to be coupled with motivation. So motivation is the key. Can you do everything with motivation? No. But you know what? You can do everything better compared to someone who is not motivated. You see, I can't say I'm motivated I'm going to climb Mount Everest. I need the training and the knowledge. You see, but if you got two persons going to climb Mount Everest, one motivated and one not motivated, I'm quite sure the person who's motivated is going to get there and get it done. You have seen this in the field of athletics. You see two equal people and you will know who is going to win. Just by the look in the face, you can see the person with the motivation you can see in his eyes, there's fire in his eyes. And you can know it's better to bet on this guy because he's going to win. It is nothing to do with the skill. It is the motivation. And same holds true for us. You know, motivation will determine how far you're going to go in life. So the question is, are you putting motivation as a constant thing into your diet every day? Because that is vital. So for me, a constant daily dose of motivation is necessary. You know, so I have a library of books from great motivational people who have succeeded. There's a lot of people who have succeeded in life, you know. You can read their books. You can go to any good bookshop, you know, and you have one whole section on that, you know. But don't just get motivated. Your motivation must be coupled with knowledge. And you can go and do what you want to do and achieve what you do. And that is the exciting thing. You know, friends, don't despair where you are. You can change where you are. You can change who you are by changing what goes into your mind. And I tell you, when you understand that, you're going to change what is going into your mind. The same with our children. You can change who they are. You can change where they are just by changing what goes in their mind. So let's start changing our input. Start reviewing, what are the books am I reading? What are the magazines am I feeding myself? You know, who am I listening to? Who are the people around you influencing you? Because these are people that are influencing your motivation. You know, in life there are two types of people, basement people and balcony people. You know what basement people do? They drag you down. Very easy. You just think about it. After you meet some of your friends, on the way back, you review. Are you more motivated after meeting them or are you demotivated after meeting them? Some people, you hang around them, you feel excited. Some people, you hang around them, you really feel depressed. You pray that they leave the room because when they leave the room brightens up, you know. So the same way, when you have decided who are the people who are the balcony people who are telling you can do it, you can achieve, you can have more. And these are the people you should hang around with because they will keep you motivated.